the most. Since they paid to see a show, got the South overflow. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Watching me, they take no razors close to the goal. Yeah. Body be dripping and fancy. Pat on my nose with that fancy. Money on me, I got plenty. Hundreds, 50s, and 20s. Stage set, lot of them. Rack, house by the lake. Bought that. Opposite the brakes, draw back. Paddock on my wrist, I'ma hit them with a drip. They gon' pay the VIP to get a pic with me. I'm a star. Brand new keys to the car. I'm the boss and the king and the czar. Got them so high, so addicted. Telling me I'm the only queen of his heart. Guess I let you co-star. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Since they paid to see a show, got the South overflow. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Watching me, they take no razor close to the goal. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Since they paid to see a show, got the South overflow. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Watching me, they take no razor close to the goal. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma be the best. You can bet I got the recipe. Mastermind, creator of this high vibe energy. Only thing I'm loyal to is building a legacy. So quit testing me. Lot of commas in the bank, I'm a provider. Tell the amateurs stay in they lane, ain't no outsider. Bought a mansion in LA, right next to Mariah. Write a song, get filthy paid, price going high. Yeah, if I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Since they paid to see a show, got the South overflow. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Watching me, they take no razors close to the goal. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Since they paid to see a show, got the South overflow. Yeah. If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Watching me, they take no razors close to the goal. Yeah. It takes a lot to be the best.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
What is going on? Entertainers, what is going on? It's y'all gagging from me over this kid. What is going on, you guys? Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay, we should be good there. Hopefully. All right, this backdrop is not gonna be. Make sure you guys can hear me great because I'm not using the same computer that I was using like before. So I don't know if I have to change the setting on the sound. So let me know, entertainers, if you guys can hear me clearly. So let me know. Okay. Can you guys hear me? No, when you pulled up Tiffany, I was like, no. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Sherry in the chat, my mods, let me know before I continue. I don't want to keep talking. You guys can't hear what I'm saying. Okay, you sound perfect, loud and clear. Okay, perfect. Okay, so first thing I wanted to get into, make sure you guys hit that like button, y'all, first. Make sure you guys hit that like button first. And then we're going to get into what Jaidyn said on live because someone asked her, would she ever leave Blue alone? And she basically was saying no. She said she's never going to. Mind you, they've been together since high school. Okay, so the only person she's ever dealt and slept with, okay, and get the D from is Mr. Blue. That's the only person that, has, put the crypty in her. Okay, so take a look at what she had to say on a live, you guys.
It's absolutely no. No. Like, no. I don't give a fuck. No. Like, are you dumb? Like, no, bruh. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to do it. Why are they asking dumb questions?
Okay, and this is my whole thing. This is what I wonder. Why does she not get as much hate as Rock does? I know Rock is crazy and she does what she does, right? But why doesn't she get that same amount of hate, humiliation too? Because it's like, she's still technically dealing with him in some sort of ways, because the way she said it, she's like, she's not leaving him. I know she can't physically leave him because they got kids together, but the way she's making it seem as if she's still having some sort of, he's still dipping in the Big Debbie cakes, but she gets no online hate. Why is that? All right, I'm gonna add my first caller, and also before I want to show y'all something funny, and this has nothing to do with Blue or Rock, but it has to do with Zeus. It has to do with Zeus, and it's funny. So Hot Wheels went to the club with Relly, not with Relly, but with Rel, aka Savage. Okay, so they were dipping it and doing it in the club, right? And somebody caught like a quick clip of them together in the club. And look at Hot Wheels' face. Hot Wheels can't be happy in no space. It's kind of funny at this point, to be honest, because he just looks so mad. Like the whole time during the club. Okay, look. Okay. I ain't gonna play the music because wait. Let me. All right, there we go. Did you guys see that? I'll play it one more time. Did y'all see him? How he looked at? Okay, one more time. Play it one more time. Because that was the funniest thing ever. Okay, one more time. The comments to me were some of the funniest things, because somebody was like, he's mad at him because he got knees. He was looking at his knees. He was looking at his feet that he could walk with and all that type thing. That thing was hilarious. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get to my first caller. This year, y'all, I'm being really straight on the curse. Do not curse, please. Just don't. That's all I ask. Okay. Just don't. All right. So I'm going to add my first caller, you guys. Bia. Happy New Year, Bia.
Ooh, I was muted. My bad. Hey.
Hey, what's up? What did you think about tonight's episode?
This episode was really hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
It was really hard to watch. And it's so sad because you really get to see how normal abuse is for Krishan.
Oh, yeah.
Like the way that in the same conversation, she was able to go from not taking any accountability when he was trying to talk with her afterwards. You know what you did. And he's like, well, no, anytime, you feel like I did something, you would say that, but now you're not saying anything. So I didn't really do anything. Like he gave you the moment. Just make something up if you had to. The cameras are here. Just say something. The way she went from being so defensive to like, it's like a flip switch in her brain to, babe, I don't want to fight. It's like she just cracked this man in the back of his head.
What do you think he was trying to get her to say? Because at one point he was trying to get her to say something
right
that she wouldn't say on camera. So what do you think it was that he was trying to get her to say? Because I was kind of like, I was hoping.
I think she might have called him one of the girls.
Oh.
Because...
So you mean to say she said, "Ooh, that's why you like them Big Debbie cakes, babe?"
Because I saw it in your phone, bro.
I saw it in your phone, bro.
I do, because I am hard pressed to believe that her just calling him the B word would have escalated things to that far. And even when he was saying, I call you that all the time, and she's like, okay, but I don't like it all the time. So it's like it
all
was
the
just
time.
Right, all the time, not just. I don't. I was like, "Ew, you guys are saying something without saying nothing." Ugh.
He said, "But you like it when I call you the B word, Daddy, when we in bed, babe." And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Nah, I don't like that. But
I
we in front of the
really
Zeus
think
cameras. You can't do that."
exactly. I think she called in one of the girls, and that set it off from there. Watching him antagonize her while she was in the car was just like, oh my god, like just you're saying she want to act like a man, so I'm gonna fight her like one, basically. Like, come on, you're like 6'4", she's 5'8" at best. Like, I get it, you're gonna defend yourself, you're gonna react, we're human, but there has to be a point where we're like, enough is enough. Watch, and then you see throughout the episode her
Mhm.
face, the swelling, the black side of her face, like progressively getting worse
Oh
until
yeah,
they go to the studio and she covers it with makeup. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a full-time Wack 100 hater.
yeah,
So for me to be in a position where I can hear where he's coming from and agree with him, you're down bad, sweetie. We
he
gotta figure
shocked me this
something out.
episode. Do
He
you think
did.
like what do you think? Do you think he was going home to get his Big W case played with or get some Big W case? Because he was a little too happy and jolly for me. Like I'm used to the Clubhouse Whack 100. Clubhouse Whack 100 screams, yells, curses. Oh, alas Bia Bia. Oh, alas Bia Bia. Well, I'm finna add it, put it back. You still there? Well, let's be a via yo guys. I'm finna add you back, B. I'm finna add you back. I'm finna add you back. I'm finna add you back. Okay. Someone said this show wasn't a good idea. I honestly wish they had bad boys in place of this. We all wish that. Okay. This is just wishful thinking that we all wish, but it just didn't happen. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. What I do think though is Zeus is kind of messing up how they're doing their lineup. They're doing it all out of whack. How could we have gotten baddies west after baddies south? Give us a little break. Like it's just too quickly of a turnaround. And what the heck are they doing in the Virgin Islands? No one wants to see Bobby Lights on Powder Donuts. Like to me, that's not have to watch television. I can see that on Instagram. Why do I have to pay for a subscription to see Bobby Lights off of Powder Donuts? Are you back, yeah?
I'm back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's ghetto here.
Get over here.
Wack heard me talking crap and was like, I'm gonna take your Wi-Fi. But I was saying that I think that he was trying to protect his investment, which is what is part of his job, and that maybe he tried to go a different route and use humility to appeal to Krishan, because clearly arguing with her doesn't work.
Right.
And she was frustrating me in that whole interaction anyway. Like, I'm assuming Blue didn't tell her she wasn't supposed to be in the studio. Fine, whatever. But like the minute that man came through the door, she was like, "What is he here for? Like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk. There's nothing to discuss." She doesn't see anything wrong with how their relationship is going, and it's like that's the problem. You don't see anything like this is so normal to you that you're just like, okay, we fight and we make up. So what? Like.
Right.
There's a lot that comes with that. And I think that he was being honest when he said, look, your stock is rising while simultaneously making his decline. And that's the truth. But she doesn't see it that way because, she's in a 360 deal with him. So whatever she he gets. But
Right.
then he can't eat without her, which puts him in a tough position. The whole thing was just, I don't know,
What
just
did you think
watching
of
it.
him filming her with her debating because on that toilet? Like
Honestly, like when is enough enough? Like, it's like she has a humiliation kink and he's just feeding into it. Like, everything does not have to go to social media. Like, this could have been a cute little, like, video you keep to yourself that you send to her. Like, haha, look what, but we don't need to know these things. We don't need to know it. And then you're mad at the fans for calling it out and saying that, oh, we're haters and we don't know what we're talking about. We only know what you tell us. Like, shout outs to Lil London. Y'all only gonna get this curated content because
thing. Listen, if I posted half the things I went through or think,
I'm telling you, the fire beneath my feet, I'd be tap dancing all day.
It would give vibe all the time.
Like, it's so bad. And I feel like Jaylamina's crystal ball, this is going to land in literal flames. Worse than Left Eye. Unfortunately, the way that you see like Rock spiraling on social media, these are all cries for help.
Right. I seen a
Um,
picture of her in the airport on the floor sleeping. That to me was like heartbreaking.
girl,
Yeah.
like it's so interesting to see because it's like she knows how to stand up for herself physically, but not mentally or emotionally
Yes.
to be able. And I resonate with that. When you grow up somewhere where everything is settled in a fight, your brain doesn't even begin to fathom having conversations, which is what Blueface is the stronger person with. He's able to, nuck if you buck with her, and he's like, okay, so let's talk about it. Like let's reach a resolution. And she's just like, no, like like what do you mean you don't want? I
Right.
have
She's like, we already fist fought. That was the resolution.
exactly. And she's like, it's like I want to write a comic about her because there's no way you picked up a vacuum hose and was like, I'm gonna vacuum the glass out of, and production sat by and found her a vacuum.
It's like they purposely do these things. I'm telling you, Lemmy is the devil. Like I
He
realized this over
is.
this week. He is the devil in a black Zeus hoodie.
He
Because this
is.
man will exploit them to the point of no return and just not care.
He is. And then for them to include the clip of her talking to herself in the mirror, talking about bust him over the head again, like, bro.
Wait, I gotta. I had
You're
to. This
messy.
was giving very much Brother Chucky. I was like, oh my gosh, just like Brother Chucky, because she was just like, yeah, then you gonna stay with me then.
Hmm.
And I was just like, wow, this is very much Brother Chucky.
It is very, very scary. Like it sucks because it's like you don't want to watch it, but then it's like, oh my God, I have to see what's happening here because we're all like bearing witness in real time how destructive this is and how everyone in the Zeus network, rather than, I mean, I don't even want to say that because they're two grown consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how much the general public, their family, anyone will say, you guys don't need to be together. If being together is what they want to do, it's what they're gonna, or what she wants to do is what she's gonna do. But and then for Jaidyn to say, I'm never gonna leave, stand up.
Why do you think she
Okay.
doesn't get in as much hate as Rock? That's something I want to pose to you guys. Why do you think she doesn't get as much hate? Do you think it's because she's the baby mama, or
I think it's a combination of those things. For one, because she was with him before the fame, so people feel like,
Mhm.
and also because he is the bread and butter. So
Mm,
a lot of women, being a parent is hard, whether you have a partner or not. Being a parent is hard. So to walk away from the bread and butter, and he's not someone that you're gonna Jaidyn. I don't want to say this rudely, but Jaden's not that girl when it comes to looks.
ooh.
So
I see a lot of comparisons like to Stewie.
you know
That
what? I
people
see
make.
that.
So I see
So
a lot.
it's not like she's gonna like leave him and then next thing you know, all the rappers and athletes are gonna be in her DMs like, yeah, I really want Blueface's BM. And at the
Right,
same time, he's not someone who's gonna let her date some regular dude from their hood. So it's like,
right.
of course she's not gonna cut off her financial benefit. It's like but she does deserve shade for it because it's like you're standing on a pedestal that's like in hell. Like he's not a prize. But
Right, that is
when that's
true.
all she hasn't lived her life. This is the only person she's been with. It's like you're a puppy at this point, and you're just like as long as he knows where home is, and that's embarrassing. And I can only hope that she doesn't realize that before it's too late. Before she's 45, and it's like I gave all my youth to this man who was chasing after a girl with one tooth. Like, what am I doing here? Um, and next week's episode, I was looking at the trailer.
What you know what I realized with next week's episode? The brother don't look like Blueface. Because that's
Maybe
the
a different
brother, right?
baby. I think that's the brother because of
Right.
the way
So he
that they
looked like
were.
Blueface. I was like, who's that?
Right.
Pop
And not
up
only
post
who's
this
that, but where
man.
have you been? Like,
We never see him pop up on social media, no nothing. That's good though, because he's keeping out of the drama. He's living his own life,
it
which shows that he's
is.
not a cloud chaser. Because everybody else in the family kind of know it.
It is. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's also like, but you came here for the cameras. Like the situation between Blue and Krishan and his parents, and then her family. Like, if that's his brother His brother could have stepped in off camera the minute he found out
Okay,
about
Bar
that.
told me they got different daddies, so the mama has a different baby father. All
So maybe
right.
that's why he has a different train of
Oh,
thought. Because I'm just like,
Someone said Carlissa said she was a little HOOE back in the day. Any final thoughts on these episodes?
it's ghetto. It hurts to watch. Zeus needs to add in more like support places, like
Cast members.
more, trigger warnings, because it was not enough. The fact that they heard about the drama and immediately pulled the cameras were rolling before they got up the stairs after they heard about the fight. It just shows that they're here for the drama. But other than that, I'm good. Everybody like this video.
Thank you so much for joining. All right, so who's next on my ride on Sunset Drive? Okay, because it's a vibe. All right, next person I'm gonna add up is Asha. What is going on, Asha? No cursing. Hey, Asha.
Oh my god, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I haven't finished the episode. I can't I can't do it in one instance. It was a lot. It was a lot. I had to pause after the head vacuum because that was because no way is it funny now after all of that. Just like very, very abrupt.
You have to literally, it's like you taking shots with this show. Like, if you're not a person who takes a lot of shots at once, you got to take like 2 and then like relax. Take another 2 in like 15 minutes. Like, it's like that type of show.
Just like very overwhelming. But then I saw that you were live, so I stopped because I was in like a thought process because I was also looking at the comments. And it's like, I see a lot of people. I understand that neither one of these people are innocent, but I think what the public is able to understand about Chrisean is that, like, seeing her family, seeing her upbringing, like, I genuinely don't know how much she knows better. Like somebody said something, I don't know if it was in the comments here or if the comments of the Zeus episode, but somebody was talking about how like she just knows abuse. I think that was here, just knows abuse and is very just like
she's become like immune to it. You can kind of tell.
just like familiar to that. Like these are like we fight and then everything's good. You know what I mean? There's no going like the situation is done. Like everything's over. But the thing that makes Blueface different, like especially now that his like mom has said things about his upbringing, is that he clearly knows better. The way that he was speaking to her that in that car thing, just like with the whole door comments, just all of that, like that was a lot. Like that was a lot. And for that publicly on camera leads me to just question what's going on off camera. Because like notice when they were sitting on the couch talking, he was like, oh, that's all we're gonna get out of her, like we're not gonna get anything else out of her. Like oh, okay. Like it and I don't think, like, as has been said, she's able to notice the psychological manipulation for like what it is. And I feel like that's why I have the soft spot for her more so than him. Not that I think that either of them are innocent, because there's no excuse. It's just that I don't think she knows better, and I think that he's a source of money and income. She lives with him. Like I don't think now maybe, but I don't think she really has much of a life outside of his people, like wherever they're staying, like California or whatever. So I feel like we have to like approach it more like looking, like sizing everything up rather than just being upset with like her and her, because I don't know, it's still on the tangent, I'm sorry.
No, I know. Listen, I know what part. Listen, I know what part of the episode you watching right now, so I know why you having this reaction. Because I had to pause it too. Because I'm like, this too much.
Yeah, because it's like what he was saying about, oh, because I'm the man, and I know what he was saying, but the timing that we're in, just in the world, it's like that's too easy of a cop out. Like, no, you're not like a victim or something of just like like I don't know what, but it's not the matter of, oh, you're a man, so it's like, no, but it's because you're stronger and you're bigger and like like science type stuff, just not even like society stuff. And it just Like that bothered me. Like I feel like it's a cop out for the situation. Like yes, there are men who do good, but he's not one of them at all. Like at all.
Also, what did you think of him recording her? Taking putting pebbles in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, no, I just again with the thing about her, like I don't think she knows better. Like she like this is real life for her. Like she's so serious. She's so serious. Like I don't know, because I'm trying to think if I was in a situation like that and I saw somebody who I cared about even slightly acting like that, I would probably put a stop to it. Like or say something instead of like taking out my phone and filming them and like making fun of them and like it's like it's nasty to me. He's been so nasty. I don't know why he thinks the show is going to be good for him.
Yeah, to me, okay, I will say this though: the show is making him look more innocent. This episode didn't, in my opinion. It did a little bit, but not really. It made him look toxic in a lot of ways. But I do feel like it's just feeding into a lot of the toxicity that we knew about them both. So to me, the show's not helping him as much as he thinks that it would have. The only thing is helping him is just by the financial gain. It is making him look a little bit more innocent than what the public thought, because it's making Rock look crazier.
Yeah. I mean, it's just what's innocence really? Like you did put your hands on her. You have been like all of the things that we're saying are right. It's just like bringing up more stuff that we already know she was doing. We knew that they were both hitting on one another. We know that there's some sort of like substance stuff going on. We know that like there's like emotional things going on. Like it I see what you're saying. I also at the same time, like I can't think of who would want to work with him after this.
Right.
Like realistically, like who would want to attach themselves to this? Like with her, like the baddies thing, she could ride that for as long as I guess Natalie will let her if she wants to, but I don't know for him like what he expects to do after this.
Right. Any final thoughts on this episode?
I'm gonna go finish it.
All right. I already know what part of the episode you are, girl, so don't even trip. All right, night.
Good night.
All right. Before I go and add the next person, because I'm trying to add all you guys tonight. Ronald Ray told me that the friends and the exes in 2023 is still not hitting that like button. So make sure you guys hit that like button, baby.
It's time to finish these once and for what. Oh, and the friends, nothing to say. And the exes, still over there. Do I care? No. Oh, soon and soon. It's time to finish these once and for what. Oh, and the friends, nothing to say. And the exes, still over there. Do I care? No. Oh, soon and soon.
Okay, my next caller is going to be Jay. What is going on, Jay? What is going on? No cursing.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. What'd you think about tonight's episode?
It's so interesting watching Krishan and Blueface because like everything they do is like has like such like shock value, but it's so like normal to them. And that's the part that I think is even more shocking. And so it was such an interesting episode. And then I don't know if you watched when they were on Kai's live stream.
I watched it.
But when I saw the preview and I saw Blue's gash in the head, it made me think about the live stream because they made a comment on that live stream that I thought was weird at the time when Kai was like, "Oh, are you going to hit me with the bottle?" And then they were like, "Oh, no, glass doesn't break." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, we know about that. Ha, 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 ha."
Oh, so you think they were referring to that situation?
Right. And so it's like, it didn't make sense at the time. At the time, I was like, that's weird. But now it's kind of like, okay. And so it's just so interesting to me how the two of them literally just be scrapping and then go back to boo loving like, I don't know, 10 minutes later.
Right. What did you think of Wack 100's demeanor? Because I expect him to be a little bit, on his crip attitude, and he seemed like he left it home.
Wack is so interesting to me because he has publicly talked about for like the last 2 years how much he does not like Krishan.
Yeah.
Period. But it's like, it's almost like because he respects Blue, he's trying to deal with Krishan, at least in the show. That's kind of what I got from it. But I didn't like their interaction. Because he was genuinely trying to have a conversation with her. And I love me some Krishan, but she was not trying to have a conversation at all, not even a little bit with Wack. And I understand this man has been publicly dragging you for a long time, but he's still Blue's manager. Like, if you're going to be in his life, you're going to have to deal with him. You know what I mean?
Right. And then I also felt like this is what I think, and I said it was my recap. That conversation, I'm telling you, Wack is very smart. So I know he had that conversation to like show America, like, hey, this girl really don't listen, which Rock doesn't. So it's not like he's lying, but like to really show America, like, hey, like this girl really is the problem. Like she don't listen. You try to have a conversation with her, she blow you off, blah, blah, blah. So it's like it was giving that type of vibe. So I think he kind of purposely was keeping his cool so that way he didn't look like he was trying to push up on a little girl.
Very true. And that's a really good point. And I definitely feel like Blue and Wack are with this show to try to make it seem like we'll try to really put the emphasis on Krishan being the problem. But one thing that really got me was, with that whole car thing, he was really gaslighting her. And this was not the first time. Like, he gaslights her all the time, even with that whole bathroom situation. It's like it's like he pick. And then even in the show, he said, I don't even have to do nothing. I just got to pick at her and she does it.
Right.
And it's like, I always felt like that's what you were doing and you're admitting it, but nobody pays attention to that.
It was kind of shocking. That car scene, it was like it felt like I was watching something I wasn't supposed to be watching. Like you ever like you read across the video that you're like, oh, I was supposed to see that. It was like it was giving that type of vibe to me because I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. The way he was just talking to her, like she was just kind of just sitting there. It was very much Ike and Tina vibes. That's what I'm telling y'all. For those of you guys who haven't watched the show, y'all got to take it in sips. Y'all got to watch a little good 15 minutes, take a little break, watch it again another 15 minutes because it's a lot. Especially, I should have had the trigger warning thing up here. Oh, I have to download it. But especially if people, in all seriousness, that have gone through DV, I would heavily suggest not watching this episode. And I'm not trying to be all corny and stuff, but it like if you've been through it and you watch it, which I haven't, I know that it triggered me a little bit and I haven't been through it. So imagine if you have. So yeah, just to let my entertainers know.
Absolutely. And I was surprised that Zeus didn't. Well, they did have a warning.
At the end.
It was like a split second at the end.
And also the website. It's such a watered down website. I'm not even playing with you. Like I went and I'm like, what is this?
What website? What website?
Loveisrespect.org. Any final thoughts on this episode?
No, but keep doing your thing, Pierre. I'm really happy for you and all your success, and I wish you continued success and as you keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Best of luck.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love my entertainers, y'all. Let me read some more comments about other next caller. They say, I hate that they even include that because when Blue was on that couch and was doing that stare, you just know you can't deal with it. They did one at the beginning and at the end. Not at the end, shaking my head. I missed the one at the beginning. Let me see. Because y'all be trying to crowd for the purple. I remember seeing it. Hold on, y'all. Shoot. I do not remember seeing it at all. Hold on. Because, listen, I might be wrong. Because y'all know I be trying to do a million things at once, so I might have missed it, okay? Now, I don't want to keep saying something that's not true. Right? I'm a liar. A wife. All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta see if it's the beginning and the end. Okay. Turn volume down. Let's see. Okay. Oh, they did. Okay. They put a warning. They said the following program deals with issues and situations that may be triggering, including DV. The Zeus Network does not encourage in any form. This program is intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. But that's a warning, though. To me, that's not a trigger warning. A trigger warning to me says, if you've ever been through blah, 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 just know this may not be the program for you. That to me is a trigger warning. That is what they did at the end, where they say to go and get help and stuff like that. Just like when them celebrity rehab shows they used to air on VH1, they used to put like a trigger warning in the beginning. That is like a warning. That's to cover their butt. That's what that is. All right, next person I'm gonna add is John. What is going on? What is going on?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I didn't watch the episode. I just want to ask a question. It kind of relates to this show, but it's just about Zeus and like networks like Now That's TV in general.
Yeah.
How long do you think they're gonna last?
You think they're gonna be gone by next year?
I don't know, but I feel like it's just the way things are going. It's just getting too. Cause oh my god, I used to watch these for like guilty pleasures. Like I used to watching back. Like I used to watch it for the fights, but after a while, I kind of realized it's just getting too extreme. Like I feel like violence just leads to more violence, and we see now like they have promoting people having DV relationships. People are almost getting shot about Baddies West. Like it's just getting worse, and someone's gonna get hurt eventually. Like almost, I think when Amber almost shut it down, like how she got. Like they're still working with Jocelyn and Ballistic. All this, like there's just when you look at the network as a whole, it's just not a good look. And it's just something's gonna happen eventually. It's gonna get it shut down. Like look at Not As TV with what's it called? South Central Baddies. They shut down filming in 2 days because they're fighting so much. It's just getting to the point. It's getting kind of ridiculous. I don't know how much longer this stuff is gonna last until someone like either people get fed up with it, the government gonna step in. They're like, hey, this is just like not good, just in general, or like someone's gonna get hurt on one of these shows. It's gonna end up
what
being
I
a big
see
scandal.
also is it's this. This is what is bothering me with these shows. It's the spinoffs for me because it's like, and to me, anybody who goes on any of these shows that go on these spinoffs that are not gonna even be on Another See Zeus, I look at you kind of thirst hungry because there's a show called Baddies Rehab or Bad Rehab or something like that, and they're gonna have like Savage, also Pink, and I'm like, what network is this gonna be on? And if it's not going to be on either Not As TV or Zeus, why are you doing it? And I'm not even trying to hate, but it's kind of like, it's only so much times you could create the same concept over and over and over. And y'all know I'll be the ones to call out people for copying. Like, I hate that. It makes me I get so irritated when I see, because I'm like, really? You couldn't think of something else?
Yeah, and there's so many networks now too. It's kind of ridiculous how many networks there are. I don't even know which one is which. Like I don't even know what show. Like there's a Dodge network coming out. I don't know how that was gonna work. And then you got. It's just ridiculous. All these networks that are going. I don't think none of them are going to last either because all these are going to eat each other up eventually. They even still survive this type of content. Just how business works. But I just don't because maybe like Amber show has kids like potentially like it just gets like ridiculous at this point. It's just getting worse and worse every day. Like I feel guilty watching this. Like I actually really do feel like I should stop watching honestly and just in general not support this type of content anymore because it's just ridiculous at this point. Like they keep like they got Chris. It's just. Like they have Krishan. Like next time I watch her fight now, I kind of don't like. I don't enjoy it anymore because like I understand why she fights so much. Because she fights. She probably fought all her life in her household.
Yeah.
I think her reaction is just to fight, no matter what it is. So watching her just again, we watching Baddies West. She jumps on low. Low probably didn't even say. She probably like, yeah, I did. Boom, she just hit her out of nowhere. Probably is what happened.
Right.
It just feels like I just don't feel right watching this anymore. I don't know. Like it makes me feel dirty after a while.
So you listen. You know, there's a scientific brain feeling that people have after they watch like porn. So like after you watch it, you feel some sort of guilt. So that's the same feeling now you're having for watching Zeus and Now That's TV and all these other shows.
And all these people on drugs. You see how Bobby, like, it's just you look at the whole network as a whole. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, hey, what is going on? I didn't watch his show either. I just feel like that was too much, anyways. But it's just like it's like a circus, honestly, at this point.
Right. This boy said dirty. Any final thoughts on this episode?
No, one thing I want to say, comment to other people, when she said that no one wants to work a boot, I don't believe that because I think another thing, the reason why these things are so successful is because people like to watch it. People still don't work at Boo. They still work all. They don't care. It's like they don't they don't take it seriously until one of these people really get hurt, and then they're gonna be like, well, what we could have done to stop it? You could have done something right now, but they just don't think it's not as serious until something really happens. Then it's gonna become a big thing. But until then, it's gonna be like business as usual. No one's gonna care.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for calling in, and I hope you know the frustration died out because it seems like you're sick and tired.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a
Nice.
good one. Good night.
You too. Who said, I'm currently watching the episode. I'm cringing real bad. Oh my God. Who said, man said, I'm supporting the madness and I can't do it anymore. I'm telling you, he's getting the same feeling that you get. I'm telling you, I can look it up. If you watch like XXX videos, after you watch it, and let's say, you know, you do when watching it, you're gonna have like the after effect, you're gonna feel nasty. You're gonna feel dirty. I'm telling you. All right, so next person I'm going to add you guys is Smitty. What is going on with the pretty profile picture? Happy New Year!
Hey, happy New Year. I would say it was definitely hard to get through. I definitely had to pause. Was like, okay, do I want to skip this? But I'm like, nah, I need to watch it. The car scene definitely got me. But I would definitely say, like, I don't see how the camera people could just sit there and keep rolling during this, like, just with smiles on their face. It was all up in the car, like, let me get this shot. Like, I'm like, y'all just exploiting. Like, I don't see how they can do that. That's for one me.
They were like this.
Yes, they was like, let me make sure I get my shot. Let me get that bruise, this bruise. Let me get a close up of this bruise, the scratch. I'm like, okay. And I will say, yes, he definitely did gaslight her in that car because I'm like, it just made no sense to me. Like, you were upset because she called you a B, but she is one, and it's like, you know what? What makes you mad is he knows what she's trying to say, but he keeps making her seem like she's a kid or something. Like, no, like, mind you, she does have childish ways. She's not fully
Very
mature.
childish.
You know what she's trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Any girl don't like to be called a B. Like, okay, we get it. Like, and a lot of guys like to use that. Well, y'all call y'all friends, but you know what we mean. You making like you are. No, I'm not. Like, she has a name, and I understood that. And I feel like I hated that he kept doing that because he knew exactly what she meant. However, I was upset at her because, okay, now he's trying to talk, he's trying to communicate, and now you don't want to. Because I do understand I was that way at one point. I was the type of person who did not like confrontation. You know, I didn't like to argue. Like, okay, it happened, boom. Like me, I don't like to linger on. I did it at a point, but you need to get that out. You trying to it was when she was saying, you know, like how you said earlier, like when she was like, no, I don't want to talk. Like, no, why do we have to talk? No, we need to talk about what just happened. I don't want to talk about what just happened. Like, what just happened in that car? Like, if I'm looking like this, so she seemed like she just didn't want to. I don't know. She seemed like she didn't take it seriously, especially with the vacuum and the glass. I'm like, you talking? You are the one telling this man he has glass in his head, and then you got upset that he wanted to go to the hospital. She's like, wait, why are you going? You really going? It's not that serious. I'm like, girl, you the one who just told him it's still glass in his head. That gash was huge. I was like, man.
It was very big. And
yes, I was like, I'm over here thinking
blended.
he's being dramatic. I'm like, man, whatever. That girl beat up. That man had a hole in his head. I said, oh my gosh. Like, I had the same face he had watching the show. I was just like, I didn't
No wonder. Okay, now it makes sense as to why she tweeted that the other day when she said she couldn't finish getting through the episode.
Yeah.
And then that's where she was tweeting off all those like sort of depressive type tweets. Now it's making a lot of sense as to why she was doing that, to be honest. What did you think of him you know, videoing her on the toilet, you know, pushing pebbles?
Yeah, I just feel like it's just like you said, like we all know the show, everything he's doing now is to make himself in a more positive light because you know he's in a negative light right now. Right now, his name is attached to her. So what he can do is try to just make it seem like she's the problem in this situation. Like every episode so far, I'm like, yep, there goes another episode on his side. So I would definitely say like he knows what he's doing. He know what he's doing. He's trying to get his career back up there, but it's like if you're not making music, it's no point. Like, and I was definitely shocked at Wack. I had to go look at the old live again to make sure it's the right.
I know. I'm like, it's not Wack 100. That had to be Wack 98. That ain't Wack 100.
To get out my house, Wack. I said, let me watch the live.
That's Wack 98.
But you know what? I feel like the only reason why he is calmed down now, or he know he can't pop off on her, is because honestly, the only way Blueface is making money right now is through her. So he's like, I can't mess up this back, cause she gone. It's raps. The label already shaky, so it's like he's not making music.
Right. And I'm surprised he mentioned that. So he
Mhm.
mentions in the episode, if you guys didn't watch it, Wack 100 tells Blueface, the label, they kind of tripping on me, but
Mhm.
they know that I got it. So is the label, considering, dropping Mr. Blue
Right.
because all
And
this
I feel
drama,
like
they don't want all the negative press?
that was pretty bold to put in there. I wouldn't like,
Mhm.
dang, because people already probably asking this question anyways, like he don't drop music or whatever. But yeah, I feel like that's the reason why he can't go off on her right now, is because it's like, okay, well, she not, that's his only source of income, I feel like, right now. But I do feel like she kind of does need to listen, be smart. Like, all he was trying to say is, I get what y'all doing, but do it in the house. Cause it's like
Mm.
you can't do it. Like, I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but do it in the house. Cause it's true, y'all on TMZ, not for good stuff. Y'all in the news for a bad thing every day. And I
Yeah.
just feel like the last thing I have to say is, and this goes kind of actually with what the last person just said. Zeus, I feel like they're just putting out shows and like, okay, they get it. They think people want to see fighting, but they're starting to lose the purpose of these shows. Like, what was the purpose of this show? To just show the relationship? I feel like they should have had a goal. Like, why didn't you have them go to a therapy session?
Mm.
Too Hot to Handle, they take workshops.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
I'm just saying, heck,
Love
like,
after lockup, they have, deal it.
yes, like, why they should have had an episode where we take them to a therapist where they
Yeah.
like they need to be like, I feel like that would have been more interesting and more entertaining than, okay, we just see them do the same thing, because again, we've already seen all this on social media. So I feel like they should have did stuff like that, like take them to a rage room, like if they want to beat on each other, go to a rage room, something like that. Like, I feel like Zeus needs to find more purpose in these shows. There's so many things they could do. But I would
Right.
say that would probably be it. All I would have to say, though.
All right. Thank you so much for calling
Thank
in.
you.
All right, night. I see someone said something earlier that I want to talk about. Someone said no boxing either, I guess. Let me tell y'all something. This is why I'm talking about Blueface got the wrong people around him. If I was him or the management around him, I would, because to me, rapping wise, he could only go so far. I would still have him continue doing music, but I would gear him to focus more towards boxing. Because one, he enjoys it. Two, he's a great fighter. And three, he can make money from it. I would really gear him into really taking that very, very seriously. So that way he'll be able to capitalize off of that. But the only thing is, she messes that up, because if y'all over here getting into DV stuff, y'all saw what happened to Gervonta. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Gervonta. Y'all see what happened with him. Anytime when it comes to boxing and stuff like that, when a DV thing sort of comes up, it's automatic. Like, you're like screwed because your hands are legally registered. So if you're out here, tussling with girls, they're not going to be happy with that, because that messes up their brand. So I would try to get him to do the boxing seriously if I was a part of his management or whatever, and try to get him away from her. So that way he would be able to do that. Because I think if he just focused on that and a little bit with the music, he'll be extremely successful, to be honest. Because I think with the rap, I'm telling you, it's only going to be so far. Like 10 years from now, I don't see him like making great music. But 10 years from now, I could see him being a great boxer, like him gain weight, become buffier. Like, I could see that 100%. Gervonta, let me correct myself. Girls like to correct me. Gervonta, him, yes. Yes. Someone said they took his fans page down, especially with the Blue Girls Club thing. It's sort of dying down. It doesn't have the hype that it did season 1 through season 3. And that's only because of what we talked about in this live earlier, with all these reality shows getting created every 2 seconds. All you need is an Instagram page and you have a reality show, okay, and a network. So it's like they literally copied, and not even that. Zeus kind of ate off of him too, way before Krishan. Let me tell you how. Because Natalie got the baddies idea from Blue. Even though Bad Girls Club, of course, existed, we're not going to take that away. But I'm talking about making a reality show and putting it online in order to gain money from it. Blue was one of the first people that really thought of that. So I could talk all this crap I want about him, but he's very smart. So he was one of the only people that thought of, let me put a bunch of girls in the house, have them fight, and let me make all the money and just sit back, kick back. He made, I believe, $1 million off of his first season. But now, with all these reality shows existing, nobody's tuning in for that anymore. There are some diehard Blue Girls fans that are, of course, tuning in, but the subscription fee that he had for OnlyFans, a lot of people aren't paying for that. It's crazy, especially when you have networks such as Now That's TV and Zeus, where you just pay $6 a month versus what he's charging on OnlyFans a month, and then you'll be able to see all of that on repeat every day as much as you like. So yeah, that's where you look cute. You know, I try. Sharp said to take Blue Girls to Zeus. Natalie will beat Blue and let me. Yeah, I do feel like he should take it to Zeus now. Or create, I know it sounds crazy I'm saying this, but create your own network. Because one, I feel like Zeus is going to jip him. He's not going to make as much money as he would by himself. But that would be his second option, is to take it to Zeus. Because OnlyFans, it's not going to work anymore. Nobody's paying for that. That's a lot of money. His subscriptions, I remember one year he was charging like $50 a month. Some people don't even pay that for their phone bill. Anyways, I'm gonna add my next caller, E. Okay, E with the deadly reads.
Hi, how are you, Pierre?
I'm good. How are you?
I am peachy. So can I just talk about the scene that kind of irritated me? First of all, these two are mirroring one another. They're both disrespectful to each other. They both lie to one another. They're both dishonest. They both cheat and call each other out of their names. And they don't need to go to counseling. I believe I heard someone say, oh, Zeus should have had them go to counseling. What for? Why are we going to waste the counselor's time with this foolishness? We already know the end result. These two don't need to be together. There's no counseling for this. Okay, wake up. Blue's sole purpose for being with her is to break her down, her tough girl exterior. That's what I basically got from this episode. He wants to get all he can from her, meaning her money. And also, I think, maybe the sex is good as well. And also, it feeds his ego that this girl is crazy over him. She lost her tooth over him. And she got his face tattooed on her neck. That feeds his ego. And then you have all these men from the hood saying, oh, I want a girl like Krishan. You got to be down for me like this. Basically, they want a dummy. And Krishan's sole purpose for being with him is because she wants to be the last one standing, because she said that the last episode, and she thinks she's going to change him. So they deserve each other. But when Blue bent down and over that car and opened that door so the camera could see her, and all I saw were those marks on her legs and her wrists and that black eye, and he called her the B word. That was tough for me. Yeah. And when he said, oh, I thought you were tough, but you're acting like a bee, I was completely taken aback. But I have to realize he wouldn't treat every woman like that. He's treating Krishan like that. And she allows it. Because if Blue said that to me, that would be Blue's last time saying something like that to me. That was just a tough scene for me.
Yeah, it was.
I don't want to be, he said, I don't want to be with a man. But if you want to fight, you can get your ass beat all day long. Sorry, Pierre. But to me, that was a threat. But she wasn't even scared, because if you remember, when she came in the house and she sat on the sofa across from him, he's calling her the B word, and she keeps saying, but babe, but babe, but babe. What do you mean, babe? I was looking at the TV like, girl, I wanted to shake her. Like, and then she even called him daddy at one point. Girl, you sitting there with a black eye and marks all over you. It's insanity. It's insanity to me. And all I got from that is that this is their thing. This is what they like to do. This is how they get off. Vacuums and duct tape. Hell you talking about? So, no, really. Vacuums and duct tape. They're both unsanitary. They're dirty and they're deranged as hell. And I'm not mad at Zeus. I just came on to the live like 30 minutes ago. I forgot you were going live tonight. I'm not mad at Zeus. And the reason I'm not mad at Zeus is because somebody will have to profit off of this. Otherwise, it will be money wasted. Just like Wack said, I'm mad at all of the silly skanks in the comments on Zeus saying, oh, I could tell he loves her. And, oh, I want them to stay together. I want them to make it work. That's who I'm mad at. People are
Yeah.
fantasizing this ghetto love story. So Zeus might as well profit off of it, because whether or not it was on Zeus or not, people were going to see it on live, because that's who Krishan is. She lives her life like it's a movie and put it on Instagram. And then people come with the sob stories. They come with the empathy. Like, this is not something in this girl's control. This girl can leave at any time. She doesn't have my sympathy. If something bad happens to either one of them, I wouldn't wish it, but it wouldn't be shocking to me. I wouldn't feel bad, because when you play with the devil long enough, he answers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this episode, it was a lot to like congest. That's why it took so long to put the recap up, because I had to stop watching for a little bit. I'm like, hold on, like, wait a minute. Like, give me like, whoa, like, ooh.
But, and I heard you when you said that, oh, well, Zeus is there, people really don't want to see this, that, and the third. I want people, if they're really disgusted by what they see, unfollow these people. Why is Blueface at 1 million or almost at 1 million? Why is Krishan over 1 million? If you really want to send a message, quit following these people, because this is what feeds them. This girl said, oh, when Wack was talking to her, and I was shocked, because what I've seen from Wack and how disrespectful he can be to women, the fact that he didn't really go off on Krishan, and I felt like, I don't know why everybody is so scared of this girl, Pierre. You have to help me. Why can't anybody, I don't understand. Why doesn't anybody?
You gotta understand, her hands have been documented to be lethal. So people are afraid of getting hit, especially the girls. Okay, it not really be the
No,
guys.
I'm talking about Wack. Wack 100 in the studio.
I told you, I feel like he was holding back in order to make her look even more, which he doesn't have to do a lot to make her look crazy, because on the show she's not coming across the most sane. So I feel like he knew to not like kind of go ham, because it would just make him look bad. It wouldn't make her look bad, because other than that, he would have went off.
I guess. Listen, this is what happens when you're raised with crackheads, because she's normalized this behavior, and she's, even the stylist is complacent. Remember the guy that came over and got her out of the car, like, and then Blue going to give him that? How do you that? I wish that would be my friend or my stylist. Somebody just punch me in my face and you're gonna walk in the house behind me and dap them up. Pierre, what the hell is going on here?
Krishan is okay with it, so it's like, that's why, to me, I can't blame the people that work for her. I blame the people. I don't even blame the people that's friends with her a little bit, but not really. But the people that work for her, he don't really owe her nothing, because it's like he just bring the clothes. You see him, he bring the clothes, he'll dress up in the car, might have her take a shower or two, and then just like, like, go. So it's like he doesn't really owe that to her. And if she's fine with it, who is he to step in? And Blueface, he would have let him step in, he would have got hit.
But see, no. He can beat on Krishan because Krishan is in love with him. He knows that she ain't gonna press charges. When the police walked away and nobody was in handcuffs, I thought that was I was shocked by that, because both of them should have went to jail. If you ask me, they both were bleeding. They both had marks. I don't know what's going on in Los Angeles, but it wasn't the same police that got Tory Lanez, that's for sure. No, really. What I'm saying to you is that he can get away with that because this girl is silly, but somebody on the outside, an employee, I think he will be very cautious about putting his hands on them, because nobody else owes you that type. Everybody ain't in love with no Blueface. When I was looking at his frame and his body, listen, this is a skinny little, excuse me, this is a little guy. I don't care about the sex tape we saw. That ain't all that to me. He looked crazy to me. And I just feel
I'm plugging my laptop about to die, so I gotta plug it in. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I just feel we can't keep putting all the pressures on Zeus, because they have security. We've seen security follow Krishan to the hotel. We talked about that last week. They have security on standby. Nobody is afraid for their safety, apparently, in the midst of these two, because these two are only a threat and a danger to themselves. So it's never going to end until one of them takes the other one out. But I will tell you this, from the previews I saw for next week, Blueface brother is very cute. That was my first time seeing him.
Oh yeah.
And listen, I'm not a big fan of the mom. I feel like I don't want to talk about the mom, but next week I hope that somebody snatches Krishan by the neck, and I hope Blueface's brother really, knocks him down a peg or two, because these two need to be stopped.
Mm. No, I get what you mean. Because this episode, I'm telling you, if you guys haven't watched, it's a lot. It's like, it's a lot. It really is. And I didn't expect that watching it, like going into it. I'm like, oh, they probably gonna show them, getting a little argument or anything like that. But to see like
Well,
how
you have to remember, they have to outdo themselves. We've already seen them argue. And so they know, Zeus knows, we were mad at them last week because they didn't have an episode. So they know they have to keep up in the ante, because people threaten them every weekend on the Zeus comments and say they're going to unsubscribe. You get what I'm saying? And now you got Ray J trying to steal your business model with the Dosh Network. So what the hell are you really going to do, Lemmy? I mean, you talking about you bringing Chance back, you bringing Jocelyn back. You better hurry up, because one show every Sunday is not going to cut it. I'm trying to see what Ray J is going to do. And when no, really, and
yes.
when Ray J does come, I tell you one thing. If and I don't know if you're gonna let me talk about this, but
Yeah,
if
go. The after show is for you guys. The recap's for me. Go ahead.
I saw something about Raspy getting a show. Listen, if Raspy doesn't tell the truth about the M word with Chris Stokes, and if
Oh,
he doesn't have those trans that he been sleeping with on his dating show, listen, I don't want to see it. Raspy better come out. He better be honest, and Sydney Star better show me something worthwhile, because I'm always underwhelmed with whatever I see her in. Ray J, he better show me something for $5.99. That's all I have to say. And it better be more than one show a week. That's all I know.
okay. Thank you so much for calling in. I am going to be covering Dosh Network. Okay, so I want to see what the shows are gonna give, because the thing is, Ray J, he has the coin, so I know he's not gonna give us some cheap South Central Baddies type footage. Like, he's gonna give us some high quality type footage.
But
So I
why
really
is
feel
he?
like, yeah.
But why is he using recycled Zeus people? When I saw that Milan was getting a show, I was like, does Ray J understand we don't want to see Milan? I
That
don't
was,
want
was a mistake. I'm sorry.
to. Milan is the worst person. Milan is a police caller. You get what I'm. Milan can't fight. Milan picks on people who he can bully. And if you ask me, listen, Milan is sick. I've seen him on Bigo, and I believe everything I've heard about Milan. Milan needs to get some Dr. CB in his life and clean that infection up. I don't want to see Milan on the Dosh Network. I really don't even want to see Sydney and Raz B. If you want to get somebody from B2K, I only want to see Omarion or J Bug. Why do they keep trying to force
I
little
don't think.
kids?
Listen, I don't think either one is going to do any reality show soon. Especially after Omarion did that one season 11 hip hop, he was one and done. He's never going to do reality television again. I could probably guarantee you that.
Well, get J Bug. Why do they keep forcing the ugly members we never like? I never liked Raspy. I never liked Little Fizz. J Bug was always my favorite. When they first came out in 2000, I was in middle school, and I used to have the posters. J Bug was my favorite. I never looked at Raspy and said, "Oh, I want to ride his face." I never thought that. So why do they keep? That's not a good show idea. If Raspy was the best you could do, I would have been happy if he would have got Pleasure P. Try the Pretty Ricky Boys, anything but
But he's
this.
over there with the Love Hip Hop Miami's and stuff like that. So I feel like he's still under contract with them. So he can't really, dip into the network franchise. But we'll see what happens though. Any final thoughts on this episode?
I'll be back next week.
Okay, thank you so much. I love you.
Bye, Pierre.
Night. All right, before I continue and add my last caller, okay. Roller Ray told me that the friends and the exes, okay. She's so funny. It's not hitting that light, baby.
It's time to finish these once and for what. Oh, and the friends, nothing to say. And the exes, still over there. Do I care? No. Oh, soon and soon.
Okay, I'm gonna add like my next caller. Nakia, what is going on? What is going on?
Oh, hey, love. How are you?
Good, how are you? How are you? Speak up for me
I'm
just a little bit.
Okay, sorry. I'm about to go
Because it sounds a little
outside. So I'm
more
actually at work.
like muffled.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me better?
A little bit. Is
A
are
little
you
bit.
using headphones? And I hear myself in the background.
I do have headphones on. Should I take them off?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second.
Mhm. Someone said I was cheering for groups that were for content creators first, and it's just ghetto. Have you seen? Yeah, I saw that their page got taken down.
All
That
right,
sounds
my
way
love,
better.
better?
Yes, yes, way better.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, but I'm at work. I'm at my cubicle. But first, I want to say, Pierre, I love you.
Thank
I
you,
watch.
thank you, thank you, thank
I watch
you.
this is my first Sunday. I was finally able to get through, finally come through the live. So I just want to say you're amazing. I watch you every
Thank
morning
you.
with my coffee. Um, so my opinions on today's episode. So first, I want to say that fight with Krishan and Blue. One thing I am gonna say, Blue's an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. One thing I will say about Blue, when we get quiet like that, like he was quiet after a while when he wanted to talk, then he got quiet and stuff like that. One thing about it is when we get quiet and we start walking away, in those instances, we're about to snap or we're gonna say something or whatever. So in that instance, I felt Blue because I felt like he knew right then and there I need to be quiet because I'm about to do something or say something that's about to get out of whack.
Hmm.
But I do think like their relationship, which of course I feel like everybody should feel this way. Their relationship is toxic. It's a mess, and they need to separate. But if they are going to stay together, because regardless of what anybody says, whatever they're going to do is whatever they're going to do.
Hmm.
So if they decide to stay together, they can work on their business and their music and stuff without like feeling like they have to be together all the time. Like, because I don't know about other people, but I can't be under my significant other all day. Like, I've been with my man for
Yeah.
5 years and we don't be up each other's, like we don't be up each other like that.
Right.
Like,
Because it
so
makes you grow tension.
yes, like that makes everything you do annoying. If I'm up under you every day, you up under me, babe, babe, babe. And the one thing I tell you about Aquarius is we like our space. Like, so if I could get away from you for a second, trust and believe, I'm taking that away from you. And
Right.
like she wants to be on him, on him, on him, on him. And he's not like you could tell he's not like that. But I tell you, all Aquariuses, we don't like that. We don't like people on us like that. So I get it. But and also with Wack 100,
Yeah.
when he did come and talk to her and stuff like that, I get his situation of it because Krishan, and we all know, she doesn't know how to listen. She can speak her mind and she could talk and she could say a lot. And she does say a lot. But that
Hmm.
girl does not know how to listen. She
At
don't know
all.
how to take criticism. She don't know how to take when people tell her stuff because in the back of her mind, she already know what it is. And that's just what it is. And she feel like if anybody got something to say to her, your comment means nothing. So everything you're saying is going one ear and out the other.
Right. And you know what's crazy? I seen a picture of her and Blueface. Like I think they took a couple days ago. She looks so different, and it's because she got the tattoo on the side of her head. And somebody was like, "Oh my god, she looks like a whole like a street girl now." Like they got her straight off of Compton. Like you feel me? Like she gang with it. And I looked at the picture. I'm like, whoa! Like it didn't hit me till I really looked at that picture and saw it. I'm like, Jesus! Like it's crazy.
It really is.
Yeah.
And like I don't know why she feel like she has to do. I don't know why women, even young women, why do women feel like they have to do certain things to prove to a man that you love him? Because getting that man face tatted on your neck, that does nothing.
Yeah.
Like and like if you want to get all your extra tattoos and do all that extra stuff with your body, baby girl, do your thing. But you added that man's name on there and doing all that, like that's excessive. Like I feel bad. I know people say they feel bad for her. I personally don't really feel bad for Krishan. I
Mhm.
think people think like, oh, her childhood was this or this and that, da da da. Like, nah, you can't take that when you get to an adult. You can't take that. Oh, my childhood was this, my childhood was that, da da da. Nah, bro, you're a grown. Watch your mouth. You're a grown
Thank
woman
you.
now.
Uh-huh. No, thank you, entertainer. Thank you. No, I get what you mean for sure.
Yeah, like you're a grown woman now. So like when it gets to a certain time and a certain age, like there's things that you have to take accountability for, and you can't use your childhood and stuff like that as a reason why your life is the way it is. Nah, switch it, change it up, do whatever you got to do to switch your life around and do it for the better. If you can't do that, shut up.
Yep. No, that's facts. Any final thoughts on this episode? And also, what did you think of him recording her, dropping the pebbles? I gotta ask that, you guys.
I was smack.
If
And
your
let me
man
say,
did that, what would you do?
I literally, and let me tell you this, my boyfriend and I, like, we play games like that too. Like, he's playful with me. We joke, we play. He embarrasses me on Facebook, stuff like that too. But doing stuff like that, never. He's never posted me on Facebook like that, and like never. No man that really loves you is gonna do that to you. That's just my opinion. No man who really loves you is gonna sit there and keep embarrassing you like that. Like then Wack 100 literally just told y'all try to stay out the blog, try to stay out the blogs. I don't care how small it is. The girl was in the bathroom doing her business. Like
Right. I was like, to me, all the other
right,
stuff I looked past. Like, y'all, I never made a video on him like embarrassing her. But that to me, the bathroom is private. Like, that's why people lock the bathroom doors when they go in the bathroom. Like, that's a little too much now. Like,
and she
really?
public bathroom, and on top of that, she's sitting on the toilet seat. That's another thing that got me. I said she's
Jesus.
in a public bathroom. She's physically on that toilet seat. I don't see like I ain't look closely, but I ain't see no the little paper things they put down. I ain't see that.
Right.
Did she plop down like what's up?
Who is sitting on that? All right, thank you so much for calling in. Somebody said, where you from?
Where am I from?
Because
Oh,
the
really?
accent.
Oh.
You said what?
I'm from Jersey.
She from Jersey. Okay, all right. All right, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. I'll be here for you next week, boo.
All right, night. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning into the after show. We got 130 people in here. Make sure you guys please hit that like button. That's all I ask. It pushes me out in the algorithm some more so we could get more entertainers, okay? Get more content and all that. I know I told you guys the RuPaul's Drag Race recap. I'm gonna drop it soon. The reason I would have been dropped it, mind you, I have all my notes, everything ready, right? But what I want to do for this recap, I don't want it to be like every other recap because the show involves a lot of clothing. So I wanted, when I'm talking about each queen and what they wore on the runway and all that stuff, to have the picture of them next to me for each like section of the show, like the entrance and like the runway. So that way we could talk about stuff like that. But I couldn't find no pictures nowhere. Because the fact they moved to MTV, it's like a wrap. Like they upgrade for real. So like you can't get pictures and stuff easily like you used to anymore. So stay tuned for that recap soon, of course. And then Sausage Central Baddies, Big Legs Baddies, all those types of recaps are going to be dropping either later or in the beginning of next week as well. All right, entertainers, let me know what you guys think about this after show. Did you guys think the episode was a little bit, too much? Okay, do you guys think they need to go and seek counseling after watching this episode? Do you guys think they're better apart? All right, entertainers, I'm out and we are out, babies.
Ain't no personal thing.